Take 2. Yes. Introduce yourself.
I'm Camila. I'm her old friend.
Will you be answering these questions truthfully?
Yes. This is in my heart.
I don't know. Okay.
Good
First
posture.
question. Do you think that you have changed as a person since fall of 2023? And if you have, please explain.
Okay, yes. I have definitely changed
How so?
lot. Okay, so just by comparison, let's see if I can just by comparison, last year I had like a lot of better grades, and like this year I'm like struggling to hold on.
Why do you think that is? Any distractions?
Yes. Actually, no, I feel like after my first year of high school, I just like lost a lot of motivation for a lot of stuff.
Do you feel like you got burnt out?
Yeah. And I feel like when you get old, you kind of just like lose a little spark about you. And then like, I don't know. And then another comparison, I was in a relationship last year, and then when I ended that kind of like changed a lot about me, because in a way I kind of brought that part of me from middle school, so I kind of lost that part. And then I don't know, that was when like things started getting like really weird, and I started like losing a lot of motivation for stuff. And I was also in JV cheer, and I was barely like learning new stuff and how to stunt good, how to do my motions right, how to cheer, all that stuff. And then this year, I'm on varsity cheer, and I'm learning cool things, and I'm a better cheerleader overall. And then I'm in a new relationship, and that's going pretty good. So I recovered from the last one, and I'm doing better relationship-wise, maybe. And I feel like I lost a lot of people too, because last year I definitely had a lot more friends, and then this year I like don't have a lot of connections. I'd say my social circle is like really tiny now. I only have like 3 friends. One of them is you. That's literally it.
I think we have the same 3 friends.
The same 3 friends. Compared to last year, I was definitely closer with a lot more people, and I talked to more people. And even though I was more shy, I was like, I don't know how to explain it.
You were open to
I was
meeting
open to meeting new people.
building new relationships.
And then this year, I'm a little more closed off. And even though I'll still talk to people, it's mostly just like other people's friends. I don't consider them my friends. I have really no good connection to people anymore.
Do you think there's been any drama that has changed the way you act and the way you behave?
All right, I mean, I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
I'll edit this part.
Hi guys, I loved it. It looked completely true, but
Just
then
wait for them
it
to
was
stop talking.
false.
I'll edit this out. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. You can start.
I'm never really in the center of drama. I try to like stay away from it, but I feel like there's been a lot of personal growth, like in me, like who I am as a person and who I've changed into. And like it may not seem like a lot from an outside perspective, but like just knowing myself, I've definitely changed. Like socially, emotionally, literally everything I've changed. And And I don't know if it's in a good way or not, because I feel like for my academics, I've definitely like, it was not a good change, because I was definitely more dedicated last year, and this year I'm like not, so it's like bringing my grades down, and I try to get it up, and I try to do my stuff, but like I just don't feel like it. And then as a person, I feel like I did change for the better.
Alvin,
Like,
man, please come to the front office. Alvin, man, please come to the front office.
awkward. I'm like a little more outspoken. I'm not afraid to like say things that I wasn't able to communicate last year. I can talk about my feelings a little bit more to people that it was like hard to say it to.
So you think you built your communication skills?
Yeah.
Have you noticed a change in the way your peers act since the fall of 2023? And if so, explain.
I definitely feel like the transition between freshman and sophomore year was like a big change for anyone. And I don't really think there's someone who hasn't changed since then. Because I feel like barely going to freshman year, you're still like that kid from middle school. And you still have that little bit of immaturity about you. And then, I don't know, you just seem a little more happier than how you are now. And I get that could change for most people, but I feel like my peers, like my social circle, it's like we're a little more mature now. And because we're more mature, like there's a different energy. It's like we're not really like tiny anymore. Even though it's only been a year, but I don't know, there's been a lot of growth between everyone because everyone goes through like different things throughout the school year. Like a lot can happen in a school year. People probably like lost friendships, they've built new ones. Same with academics. They probably either went down or up. Probably changed their habits, who they hang around. And I feel like definitely who you hang around, like, it decides what kind of person you are and what kind of person you become. So if you hang out with the wrong crowd, then obviously it's gonna change who you are.
Now, being a young adult rather than a kid, do you think there are things you outgrew, like relationships or behaviors?
Honestly, I would want to say that I did, but I feel like in the end, I'm still like the same. Like, by myself, I'm still like very sensitive, and sometimes it'll come out and it'll make me feel like really bad. Because I don't like crying in front of people, but I feel like I've cried in front of a lot of people this year just because like there's a lot of stress growing up, and there's a lot that comes to like being a teenager. And even though like parents don't really see it that much and they'll say like you have like no responsibilities in life, I don't believe that's true at all. And I feel like our age group has the most problems out of everyone.
Okay, question 3. Have you noticed a change in the way I act or I have behaved since fall of 2023 or since you have known me?
I feel like you definitely got more mature. You're more like for cheer, I feel like being a captain, you being made captain made you like a little more open and like it influenced you like how do I say this?
Able to talk to people, better communication skills.
Yeah, you had like better communication skills. You were able to lead a crowd, and it just made you like open to a lot of more opportunities that a normal freshman wouldn't have. And I feel like that definitely made you stand out. Like, made you stand out with the whole team last year. I feel like, if anything, they knew your name because you were captain freshman year. And then definitely the coaches, they'd help you a lot, but like they knew you like had the capabilities to like lead everyone, even though you were like we were one of the youngest people there. You were still able to like lead. I don't know. I feel like I've definitely seen you grow a lot, especially since you were literally shorter than me when I first met you, and then now you're like 4 inches taller than me, and then you've grown a lot emotionally. I feel like you're very like Like, I look up to you a lot for a lot of stuff. And because you're just like, this is gonna sound really cringe, but you're like strong. And like, I see you as just like confident, like, you're cool. And like, I don't know. Because I feel like you were never really shy to me. You were just always in that like group where you were just like very outspoken, and like I wanted to be like that. Mm.
The camera will pick up like the people walking sounds, like the dragging feet.
I feel like you definitely changed like your study habits too. Like last year you were a little like a little slacker, but this year definitely like you're still a little bit of a slacker, but like you get things done. You get them done like really good. And for cheer too, I feel like we both like improved a lot within a year. And then even though you're not captain this year, you're still like building new connections. And you built them really easily. And I feel like even though you feel like you don't have a lot right now, you still have like pretty decent ones. And, like they're strong because like I don't know the words for this. Like you try your best to like maintain the friendships that you have, and you never really do anything to like cause problems with your friends. And I feel like if someone takes it that way, then like they weren't trying hard enough to listen to what you have to say. You're a very good communicator too. Like you communicate your feelings like really well. And I don't really know you that well personally with that stuff, so I can't really say anything if you improved on that. But like, yeah, I feel like you just matured naturally. Maybe a little faster, but naturally you matured as a person.
Do you think these changes have improved us for the better?
I feel like it definitely depends on what kind of changes they are. Like, it depends on the person and like how you change. Like if a person like is getting better grades or doing better socially, all that stuff, that's a good change. But if it's the opposite and you're getting like worse with your academics and your friendships, relationships, all that, I feel like that's not so good. But
How about you specifically?
Me?
How do you think the changes have changed you? Do you think it's been for the better or the worse? Do you think your life has improved because of the changes?
I feel like it has improved. Certain areas have improved, definitely. Not all of them. Like, even though I lost a lot of people last year, I feel like the people I have this year have definitely like,
Made up for it?
yeah, they made up for all the loss I've had last year. And I feel like that's good. Same with relationships. I'm doing better. I'm a better communicator. And I don't give up easily on something that I know is not worth like arguing over. But academically, definitely it's a bad change. I need to work on getting back into my little study habits and not letting myself down when I know I'm capable of doing better. And I feel like a lot of people, they're like scared of change and growing up. But if it's just like a part of life, and like what really matters is if you're gonna let it be a bad change or progression or a good change. And even if it is a bad change, you could definitely change it later on. And you're not like stuck like being, I don't know, you're not stuck in a bad place. You can always get out of it, even if you feel like you're not.
I'm gonna wait for that to be recorded. Overall, how would you describe your high school experience?
It's definitely different than middle school. There's a lot less immaturity here, and like, even though we're all different age groups, I feel like we're not that different at all. And in middle school, we were all just childish, really. Then in high school, you have all these like other problems and like different things to face overall, because you're getting older, and then as you get older, like different things are going to be thrown at you. It just depends on how well you handle it, like your classes and like losing people, because you're definitely going to lose people in high school because of all the stuff people have to go through, and they'll definitely change. You can't change that. When people change, they change, and you'll see how they feel about you if they're actually willing to like keep your friendship, keep your relationship, or not. What else can I say?
Do you think your high school experience has been something enjoyable?
Ooh, I wouldn't say it's enjoyable, but I feel like it's definitely opened a lot of opportunities. Like for cheer, I feel like I can definitely make something out of that. And going into high school cheer, I didn't really see much of it. Honestly, I just really didn't want a PE class. But this year, I feel like it's definitely a big part of my life. And I don't like to admit that, because I'm always like, I'll like not wanting to go to practice and stuff, not wanting to do games. But I feel like I wouldn't see myself not being in cheer. I feel like if I had to look down at football games, seeing the cheerleaders like on the field cheering, I feel like there'd definitely be a part of me that knows I should be down there. And cheer has definitely like changed me as a person too. It opened up a lot of things.
Do you think it helped how you behave and the way you take criticism and discipline?
I feel like it definitely disciplined me a lot, because I had to learn how to like do things correctly and not really take offense to it. And it made me communicate better with people. It made me trust people too, because for stunts, I'm a flyer. So I had to like trust people to like be able to like carry me, lift me up, do all this stuff with me, and not be as scared to like trust people. It also made me like learn my capabilities as well, and just how to be more aware of my body and stuff.
Good, good. And this one we're gonna keep it short and sweet. What are the best and worst parts about being a teenager?
I feel like both the best and worst part is growing up. Because as a kid, you've always wanted to grow up, be this teenager in high school. And you kind of like idolize the teenagers in your life. You're like seeing them like walk down the street with their friends, all laughing. I feel like I definitely wanted to be it's not a cheerleader, a teenager. And I was waiting.
Because of the independence?
The independence, yeah. And like the freedom that I thought I would have. But now being a teenager, it's like really like, it's not that different. But people just expect you can handle more because you grew up. But I feel like definitely for our age group, we were kind of forced a little bit, because that thing with quarantine, that kind of just put a pause to all our friendships and relationships. And then we were thrown into school, and then we had to learn to rebuild stuff. And I totally lost track of what I was saying in the first place. What was I saying?
We feel like it was difficult because we were forced to grow up faster.
Oh yeah. And even though we still have the good parts of being a teenager, because I feel like you've known your friends longer and you're capable of like forming stronger bonds with people. So I feel like that's a good thing, because you're able to connect with people more. And you still do have some freedom. because your parents are not gonna let like some 8-year-old just go with their friends down the street or like let them stay after school for no reason. But definitely as a teenager, you can like it opens up a lot of opportunities for you, especially like when you start like doing your driving stuff. I haven't started yet, but like most of my peers around me are like doing it. They talk about how excited they are to like just drive around, have some freedom. It's cool growing up, but it's also scary because you never know like what's gonna come, what's gonna change.
Now say, my name is Camila and I approve this message.
My name is Camila Rendon and I approve this message. 20 minutes!
20 minutes? I'm gonna have to cut this down to 5.